I got started in roller derby through a coworker, actually Colleen Moose Cannon, who's also on the team with me. She had heard about the sport through a coworker of hers and invited me to a new recruits tryout. And I didn't actually even know what the sport was at that time. It's like roller derby, skating, okay, sounds fun. So I went to the new recruits first practice, and then I realized, oh, this is where you're skating around hitting people, like with full gear. I didn't even know what it was. I had never seen it before, but I thought it looked really fun. And so I thought I would just give it a try and started going to the new recruits practice and really liked it. Decided to stick with it because I like being a part of a team sport. It's really fun. My teammates are all super great and fun to skate with. And it's awesome exercise too. So that's why I've stuck with it, and that's why I like roller derby.
Well, I was sitting at home one day and I got this phone call from my husband's cousin. And she's like, hey, so I want to work out and stuff. And I was like, oh, I do too. Let's go running or something. She's like, well, I was on Craigslist and I found this ad for roller derby. We should go and check it out. So she forced me to go check it out.
I didn't force you to go.
You did force me to go. You came and got me.
No, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, I went to go get a tattoo and saw a flyer, and it was for derby, and then I also checked it up on Craigslist, and I was told I needed a hobby, so I thought this would be a good outlet with the kids and whatnot. So. Yeah.
And then we went, and then they forced us to stay.
They said we could not go. They needed us.
So I first heard of roller derby after the movie Whip It came out, and I loved it. Like, I would spend time on the internet just like looking at the girls' names and watching videos. And then I moved to Rochester when I was 18 for college, and I found out about it through my professor, a Squirrely Q. She was my OChem professor when I was a freshman. And so when I found out about the team, I was still too young to join, so I would volunteer. I was a non-skating official. And then I was finally able to join right before my 21st birthday. So I practiced with the team, and then once I turned 21, I was able to bout. So I was so excited because it had been a dream of mine for like 6 years. And then my favorite thing about it is I love all of it. The girls are awesome. They're some of the coolest people I've ever met. And it's a lot of fun. You get your exercise, but it's like non-traditional exercise. And I also admire how it's like one of the few sports where you don't have a ball, you don't have a puck or something. You score the points with the people, and everything you do is just with the teammates. And I find that's really awesome about a sport.
I'm a glutton for punishment.
I'd say that I continue to do it because of the friendships that are here and the empowerment that is received. And I get to work out, get to be in shape.
I like the sounds people make when I hit them.
Yeah, she likes to hit people. She likes to hit people.
So I stay for that.
Hi, I'm Ram Bam. I first heard about roller derby in Rochester by going on Craigslist, actually. I was one of the first people on the team, so it was Perfecta Kills that had put a post out after she saw to the team from the cities play. So I responded to that. I had no derby experience at all. I didn't know how to skate either when I started, so I just kind of got a $5 pair of skates from Savers and started practicing with her. We tried to get the word out. We were starting a team, and we got interest, so that's kind of how I started. I had just moved here actually too, so I was looking for something to do, and I saw the post, who wants to join roller derby? So that's kind of my story.
Well, I came to about a year after I moved to Minnesota, and I thought it looked really awesome, and I used to play rugby in college, and I was like, I could do that because it's like rugby just on wheels, and I like wheels too, so. And then I worked with Hannah, and I mentioned that I was going to go do this roller derby thing. And
yeah, my mom always wanted me to play. I started watching Minnesota Roller Girls with her, and she said, you should do that someday, and I didn't really take her seriously. So when Cannon told me to come and try out, I thought she was crazy, but I went with it, and here we are.
Now we're both crazy.
Yes.
So it's good. And my favorite part is juking around blockers and not getting hit. It's really fun.
I just love everything about it. It's you come to practice and you're around people you would have never met, and everyone gets so close so quickly, and it's a whole new family. And especially when I don't live near mine, it's really nice to have something to come to. And I drive more than an hour every time to come to practice, just because that's my family and that's what I like to come to. So everything about it, it's awesome.
I joined roller derby because I used to watch it all the time when I was younger, and so I always said if they get a league in Rochester I would join, so I did. I do it because I love the sport and it helps you release a lot of stress legally. I've been doing it since the beginning of 2012, so I've been with the team almost the whole time. And my name is Sweet and Nasty, and I chose that so I have an alter ego. So the pigtails are sweet, and me on the track is nasty.
So the rules of roller derby are fairly simple, but when you put them all together, it gets really complicated. It's been likened to playing chess while having bricks being thrown at you.
My name is Squirrely Q, also known as Michelle Nelson, or Michelle Nelson, also known as Squirrely Q. And how did I start playing roller derby? I was bored and in Wisconsin and it was freezing, and so I was looking for hockey, and I found roller derby instead, and I got hooked.
I'm Spastic Pepper, and I first found out about roller derby through my cousin, who's on another team over in Wisconsin, and she just got me into the thrill of it, the adrenaline of it, and I found out that there's a team in Rochester through a friend who saw a Craigslist ad. So it sounds a little sketchy, but I trusted my friend enough to come out and see what they had for new recruits, and I loved it. I loved the team, I loved the dynamic of the girls that were already there. I enjoy the physical aspect of it, and being able to have a bad day at work and then come to practice and you've got a band of girls that are ready to take you out on the track and lay you out, and they're ready to pick you right back up again too. So there's the bonding aspect of it, and then there's the part that exercise doesn't have to be boring. It can be a lot of fun too. And I suck at running, so I will put on skates any day.
MedCity Mafia! Let's go surfing at the beach, babe. We're in the water. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna get paid 'cause it's my birthday. We're gonna head out and party all night. We're gonna break out. We're gonna make out. We're gonna skate out.
So I went to a couple bouts, and then actually my sister and I had talked about getting involved in it. Kind of jokingly, we're like, oh, this is cool, we should totally, they had like a new recruit thing coming up, and so we were like, okay, let's check it out. And actually I forgot about it, and then she texted me the day that the meeting was, and she was like, are we still gonna go? And I was like, oh, I forgot about it, but yeah, we should totally check it out. So we showed up and we got all the information, and then they were like, well, it starts next week, so we're like, oh, wow, we have to get our skates, and we really, so we made the commitment. We started in June, so we haven't even been at it a year, but yeah, we love it. It's great. Good group of women, super supportive of each other and helpful. Yeah. That's all I got for now.
We're so glad. My deal is, as a kid, I didn't participate in sports at all, but I roller skated as a kid all the time. And about 5 years ago, I went to a birthday party at a roller rink, and I was like, I don't know if I remember how to roller skate, but we'll try it. And I got on skates, and I was like, oh, it's so easy, I remember. And after that, I thought, God, I wish Rochester had a roller derby team. It's so fun. And as it turns out, we did. So I joined up, and it's been about 2.5 years now, 2 years. And I have 2 little girls at home, and they think it's amazing. So I do it because I love that they think it's super cool, and I love that they see all these other grown girls doing something so cool. So that's why I'm in it and stick with it.
My name is Kenzie Benefits, and I started with MedCity Mafia in 2012. They had just had their first mixer in March, and by May I decided that I really wanted to come out and see what it was about. We had an informal new recruit training session, and so it's kind of like a rolling entrance, and we had a bunch of people come out at the same time, and that's how I really first got started with the intention to skate. But now I am MedCity Mafia's coach and have been managing the league as far as making sure that everything is set up properly with our track and everything. I
really like, the reason why I stuck around even though I wasn't very good at skating is that I like the relationships that I made with the people on the team. I like being able to travel, and the sport itself is really awesome. So when we first started, there was one girl named Perfecta Kills who decided that she wanted to start a roller derby league in Rochester, and she put out the Craigslist ad. And then the first practices were actually held either in parking lots, or they did some in the rec center, but most of it was trying to find free flat surfaces that they could skate on. And then the team started building up, and they had a mixer, which is when a bunch of different teams get together to play, so because we didn't have enough for our own actual bouts at the time. And our first season started in the fall of 2012, and we've been playing ever since then. We try and skate, our seasons have been pretty much the school year, so September through May, and we've had over a dozen bouts here in Rochester that we've hosted, and we've traveled all over. We play in Minnesota and Wisconsin and Iowa. We might be playing in North Dakota later. So it's really fun. It's really all about the people. I think that's really what's keeping people around, is the fun atmosphere and try and have some individuality and make it what it is today.